The fingers are limber and the joints are juicy. We're all ready to get into this one. The juice is loose and liberally applied. So let's see. tabseN picking up the utility. And it's Rain and Nico both picking it up over on the side of FaZe. You got a Molotov, you got some smokes. You could use that to try and take Banana. However, Smooya, I was going to say, yeah, down into that boost. Could have gone one of two ways, and it goes the one that does not favor big. They lose a man early and don't get much reward for it.
Yeah, even with that grenade landing right in their face, they still get away with the kill. Brokey, what a start. Flash back in for tabseN to set Xantares up here. That's going to go over the top. And 3 blind players on the other side. He gets 2 of them. Nice stuff from Xantares. Bomb dropped, but not irretrievable here for FaZe Clan. But they have lost that advantage that they gained at the start of the round. 3 on 3. Where do they go from here? Still 2 players on A for big. They're going to decide to rotate one, keep TiZiN pressuring middle. coldzera has found a gap. He's found a timing out through apartments and going to decide to try and wrap TiZiN here. This bomb can come right back once he does. And there it is. Now A is open for the taking and FaZe set their running shoes on.
Yeah, I love that from FaZe. They just wait. They just hold in Banana and they wait for Cold to work his magic. If he goes down there, they can just go into a B play. However, that Moto Smoke missing has now given Nex an opportunity in which he could look to drop this bomb. It does manage to get out from the apartment, so they've dodged that danger at the very least. Rain still has that Molotov as well, and with no kit on the back of tabseN, that is worrying to say the least for big. It means they've got to be very fast in this site retake, and that could not be further from the truth. coldzera, 3 kills. The man who opens that round back up for FaZe is also the man to close it out.
Yeah, really nice work from him. Just perfect timing on that flank to TiZiN there. And FaZe, they may have been dealt a bit of a sour hand with that flashback in Banana from tabseN and Xantares, but boy, do they have a recovery for it. Pistol round under their wing and force buy from big, as you would expect here. Second round of Inferno, of course. This is such a good map to force buy on the CT side. Smooya has been given a scout as well. Going to be still saving his money for the AWP, so no armor here. Just dropped over a deagle to someone else. Lots of SMGs for FaZe Clan as well, so expecting a bit of a faster execute. They've already taken top Banana. Just looks like it's going to be a standard B execute. Only 2 players here to stop them as well. Big aren't going for any kind of crazy rotations, but they do have smokes that should be able to ward FaZe off if used at the right time.
Yeah, and if you're FaZe and you see that smoke come out there, you kind of know now what big are doing in this round, right? It's very, very common that we see this second round force from the CT side if you lose pistol, and you just try and delay play with these smokes. You just try and make FaZe feel uncomfortable. So now they know they've got a real duty in this round to try and flush as many of those out as they can. They get both smokes out over here towards B. Smooya is in rotation. And that might actually be the wrong call. 3 players for big at this B site right now, and everyone from FaZe, they've just up and left. Into top middle they port. I always smoke down though, so this looks like it could be a CT split. Either that or they're going to go straight through it, and they do go straight through that long smoke. Next, toying around this one over in middle. The bomb site still under question. It's TiZiN here, and they're all around him. He's fighting for his life.
Oh, no.
Bomb, just got dropped in the open by Xantares. We just missed it, and he's dropped it again. The round's done. Cold down in pit, no time.
The delay play from big works out, Harry. Those smokes put FaZe, against the clock so much that they actually win it via time. That is, yeah, that's a big blunder from FaZe, right? They get all the way up long, and then they jump through the smoke, and then they suddenly start to slow down, not able to get into the site. The short split wasn't there. Nex creates a problem by getting a kill through that mid smoke as well. That was just chaos in mid, and I really don't know how big won that. I really don't know how.
Well, I really like it. The players in the site, they just knew, like, it's not really even about kills. It's just about staying alive and really, like, disjointing this push that is already down to the wire. Nex knows that, by dancing around that smoke in mid, he's delayed that short flank to come in, and that's why TiZiN in the bomb site was given so much more room to stay alive while they try and deal with him. you've got old mate Zentares gunning you down. So round goes the way of Big there, and in a pretty big way as well, as now FaZe in with a force. Actually, they haven't.
They've invested. They're not buying next round, that's for sure, unless they get a bomb plant and a lot of kills here.
Yeah, but it's like a partial. It's a quarter buy. They've put some investment into this round.
That is ballsy.
Smoothie's just hunting them down anyway, so not really going to get much return on this bit of investment they've thrown in.
I mean, it was the realization that you couldn't buy the next round anyway, so just kind of buy what you want here. You know, Cold Zero saved his UMP, and yeah, put some money in, but also don't overcommit. You've still got to take a B250 round here with very limited weaponry, so whatever, really. It's just kind of FaZe being drawn a bad hand after losing that second round. This is kind of what you have to go through as a result of that mistake. Big are more than happy with it, though. They're going to be 3-1 up before FaZe get AKs in their hands. And that is kind of one of the dangers of running those, 4 SMG rounds. I guess we can talk about that. Obviously, it goes both ways. If you buy up AKs and you lose them, you're giving the CTs AKs. So there's never an answer. It's just preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think as well, if you're FaZe, right, you've kind of grown to realize some of the tendencies of this big squad, as we all have, is in that they are a team that kind of like to err on the side of caution when it comes to those aggressive purchases, right? So I feel like maybe they weren't anticipating it. Smooth, spraying down a couple, and this round's actually gotten a little closer than maybe you would have liked, but still, you keep 3 players alive if you're big. It's not the end of the world.
I mean, this is big series to win as well. Harry, we talked about this a little yesterday when we saw Big on Inferno, but, think back to last season of Pro League where we saw the debut Big roster, with Zantares, obviously different team, with Gobby as well, no Smooya. And we saw them break Astralis' win streak on Inferno. It was like a 28 win streak, and Big broke it on land here in the UK. So, yeah, I really think that this is like a very good chance that they're going to take this map away. FaZe have got to really bring the heat here in this final map of the series. See what they can show on this T side. Buy round has come through, full guns, no AWP, no need, and all the utility behind it as well.
Yeah, I was wondering, with Brokey and Olaf both saving $3,000 or so in that round prior, if we were going to see an AWP here. Obviously, it's T-side, right? So I wasn't really expecting it, and they haven't gone for one. You can see they're both just sitting with a bit more money left over, looking to the future. Healthy exchange of utility down towards Banana for either side, but finally FaZe have kind of weathered the storm. They've got top Banana. And as they try and take even a little peek, they just try and give it a little look into that B bomb site. Zentares is there. You don't just get to look into Narnia, mate. You've met Mr. Tumnus, and he's showing you the door. So that B site somewhat off limits. Now they try and get the bomb back round here. Unperturbed by that kill from Zentares. Smooya, who has just come over on rotation, brings with him a bounty of utility as well. The one man who still had everything left for Big. So they've put him on the right site. However, the timing here. Oh, not great. They have to smoke that Molotov. Both players at the back of site, and they might try and play this bait and switch. Yeah, they've left Smooya here. And if you're FaZe, you do not anticipate a double quad setup like this. But how much can he do? Oh, he's been spammed. He's been seen. He's been spotted. And he's been shut down.
Yeah, Tabson does get an equalization kill, but the retake is still on for Big. Good damage. Tabson finishing off the job, and now more nades landing at the back of the site. Not in the correct spot, though, and we're all out of utility. Olaf gets shot through the corner there. Cold Zero catching the first in the site, and there's no trade. Big, we're separated. Cold is just picking his battles excellently, and 2 kills on this site. This surely will be FaZe's second round, unless Tizian speeds this one up. The spray transfer almost there, but the kit was not regardless, and that will be FaZe Clan's round 2 under their wing, and boy, does that get close. Very, very heads-up play from Brokey to check the back of the site after they'd already killed Zantares. He gets rid of Smooya, who could have stopped that bomb, Harry. There was 10 seconds when that bomb went down. If Smooya hits a shot at the right time, he can win that round. So, disallowed by Brokey, and FaZe Clan doubling their score.
Oh, and now we see the AWP in the hands of Olof. This is a very interesting buy for Big. This is 2 AWP CT side with 3 MP9s supporting. It feels like their private security at this point in time with this. I mean, the SMGs trying to protect these big green guns. Ooh. However, this has left a bit of a hole in the defense of Big. It's opened up this avenue into CT for FaZe, and they just sit here. I mean, 1 minute and 15 seconds left. You are in CT, astonishingly quick if you're FaZe. And this position is so valuable at this point in time. There's still 1 minute left in this round, and if you're Big, you cannot rotate between either bomb site right now.
You just got to kind of lock it down and hope that they come your way eventually. They've got to. But this is great for FaZe. It gives them time to work out how they want to approach this round. You know, work out, okay, where can Big be? And which site is stacked? Because that's the thing, they got long for free, so it might tempt them into thinking, well, there's probably a triple B setup here. They probably have 3 players on that site, but that's not the case. Big just decided to give up long with this SMG buy, boost up. That's a spot. Next at least knows now their long side. That was information that Big already had, but 30 seconds, FaZe have got to go, and into the AWP they will. Tabson only gets 1 for his troubles. Xantares by the tree, but he's getting wrapped from Banana as well. Just throws down that Molotov. Coldzera is going ahead of it, and Xantares gets another 1 for 1. It might not be enough, though. The flank down mid could be, as they drop Olof Meister with the AWP, and it's Nico and Cold. Nico going through the smoke. That's a 1-on-3 fight, and he's not going to win it, so Coldzera's left in the clutch once again.
Yeah, from behind these coffins, Coldzera's now going to try and fill them up with these bodies. Pushing up through Banana. Big. All 3 players here. Cold, he knows it. He hears the footsteps getting ever closer. That bomb's ticking away. First contact will be made by Tizian. He's gone next, immediately trading. Not going to let slippery Coldzera dance his way to another clutch. Big, they'll get on that bomb. They'll lock in that 4th round, and I'm imagining save both AWPs as well.
Tabson's just looking so hyped, and I'm all for it, really. Like, these guys have impressed us so far, and not only yesterday where they fell to mouse balls, but they did put up a map in that series and had a close couple of others. But now, leading against FaZe Clan, taking away Mirage, a map that FaZe have just looked indomitable on, and all the new roster, obviously it goes both ways. Almost every team in this group has a new roster, so always question marks there, but regardless, this is a great start from Big. 4-2 up, and another full buy from FaZe Clan, if you want to call it that. It's SMGs. They've invested everything they have. This is an aggressive buy, especially to play a slow round with, but they have the utility for it at least. Working up mid, maybe going to speed up the pace once they get through this position. Tizian's up in the apartments, and Smooth's coming to support with that AWP. Oh.
And that flash reaching the depths of apartments just a little too late. And now Smooya, he's got a lot on his plate very quickly. He's been thrown into a big situation here for Big, and he'll get shut down almost immediately. That A site is gone, and Big, they know that at this point all that's left to do is save, as is the way with Inferno sometimes. These set pieces go the way that FaZe won. They will just get these sites in this fashion, and Big, no choice but to fall back into the B-bomb site, hold on to the AWP and the M4.
I do really love the idea of just doing that and planning around buying like 4 SMGs and just charging up short. There's not a lot that Big can do against that. If their Molotovs don't, stop FaZe before they get around the corner and their AWPs get smoked off in the pit, for example, there's not really a lot Big can do there. They just have to hit their multi-kills. But if FaZe are all jumping around, MAC-10s in hands and trading, that's going to get very chaotic and very difficult for only 3 CTs to hold. So heads up play from FaZe. How AWP gets dropped, picked up by Rain, luckily, after the bomb goes off, and it will still be the round for FaZe Clan. But yeah, that's not the kind of thing you're going to go, yeah, let's buy a bunch of SMGs. But I even a few seasons ago, Pro League, I remember seeing LDLC, especially on Inferno, going for these interesting economical decisions where they would save some money and go for a fast B SMG round. And then, if they win it, well, they've got loads of money. If they lose it, well, they've got a full buy in the round after anyway. So it's kind of a win-win in that way. But yeah, either way, a nice round from FaZe. And it's broken Big's money somewhat. Yeah, they're going to continue this.
Feels weird to call it a force by war, but they're continuing it anyway. And Xantares, he's won his battles towards top Banana. Now for FaZe, they've lost the battles, but they haven't lost that war that we were on about. Not yet. Coldzera doing everything he can to get this one back under control. He's seeking out the next man, and Zentares trying to snatch the AWP away. Will falter. Smooya's back in CT, but that smoke's kept him at arm's length for the time being. He might try and catch a timing through this smoke, but there just isn't really going to be one. That bomb's rotating in on the back of Rain. It's very late. The re-smoke comes down, and the longer time ticks away for, the more they anticipate this smoke push. Smoothie's just going to have to wait for his teammates to fall into position, and you can already see Tizian's looking pretty hesitant. With that kill coming in, now you can almost be assured that Big, they will be spurred on to go for this one.
Yeah, and an upgrade as well. The spam is there, and Rain on Smooya's side of the coffins has been bagged into one. Olaf's been spotted as well, so there's info and Big coming from all three sides. Smooya's still hitting shots through the smoke. Give him a break. Olaf cannot catch a chance in that round. Gets away with a kill in the post plant, but the retake is again successful for Big, and they are just looking so fired up right now. tabseN especially, it's just so entertaining.
It's funny because I think he wanted to be more celebratory, but also to be careful to not stop the guy defusing. So,
yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there's that clip. Right?
That was at a German event as well, I'm pretty sure. It was like, it was like Ult Attacks versus Killerfish or something.
Yeah. No, that is a that's one of the iconic clips of our age.
Yeah.
So that's why, there was like muted, like, yeah, like when you're celebrating, but it's late at night, your parents are asleep and you're 15. So, you're like, yeah, guys, come on, whoa, yeah. That's what it's like, We've all been there. We were all kids once, Hugo. Apart from Chad, I think he just came out fully fledged how he is now, just fell out. That's a bit of a
fell out.
Yeah.
Wow. God.
Bit of a grisly
quick labour there.
But yes, 5-3, Big. It is looking good for these guys over on the CT side right now. tabseN's got his AWP in hand alongside Smooya.
tabseN's been taking the main AWP on this map so far over Smooya in a few of these rounds. So yeah, interesting to see that. Now that obviously they both have it, so why not? But just a little notes. Oh, aggressive though, and not working out for Big this time. They've tried these passive rounds, and they have been working the retakes. This time, they want to force the fights. And hey, it's still not over. They have a wrap. They have a flank in the spawn. Tizian's behind enemy lines, and he's about to get met with Olaf. Timing could get the better of him. tabseN has come in with an equalizing kill to put this in a 3-on-3. And this, yeah, it could be a whole lot worse for Big. They have a lot of map control, making FaZe really work to get out of spawn right now.
Yeah, they play it safe. They realize, okay, Tizian, maybe we've put you too deep behind enemy lines. They extract him with that smoke. Tizian dodges danger and lives to fight another day. Now taking up a position over at top banana. Big, they've gone for this gamble. 2 players in the A site. It's tabseN and it's Smooya, both the AWPers here. For FaZe, they're just holding. They know how much aggression Big had, and they're hoping that someone, goes for an information play or just looks for anything. Or maybe you can catch one of these players who was lost down in bottom mid, still lurking behind enemy lines. That is obviously not the case, as we know, but they're taking time to deal with it anyway. And now that they've made sure that their backline is clear, they can focus on this round. They haven't got a lot of time left, though. And with that kill, the bomb meandering through that smoke, it's out in the open. 15 seconds. Olaf, is there even a world in which he can get the bomb in time? He's retrieved it. He's running back to short. Running shoes are on, but Tizian finds him from the bottom banana. And with that, the round is over. Nothing Cold can do, but skulk his way back into the apartments and try and hold on to this AK into the next round. They will let him get away with it at the very least.
Yeah, an NT trying to walk through a smoke in a 3-on-3 with 20 seconds. Like, I admire the attempt. Maybe if they went for 2 players through it, it would have worked out for the trade. But yeah, Rain going through alone. I mean, Smooya's not missing that shot. And from then on, it's just a recovery mission of getting the bomb back, let alone even considering getting a plant disallowed. And yeah, I like the fact that Big back off there. Once they get that 3-on-3 and they realize FaZe is slowing it down, doing what they love to do, Big just fall back into the sights, and it's a really nice play from them. Works out. This 1 AK is so susceptible to death, but whose death will it be? Zantara is jumping on the logs, and Cold ready for it. He thought there was no one there because they just threw a grenade into that position, but Cold takes it up immediately after. Heads up play. And now an M4 dropped over to Rain. No armor, no investment on any of these players. So this is still not a free round for FaZe Clan despite the advantage, but certainly lifted some of the burden off of them.
They've snuck Nex all the way through Speedway so that no noise was made in his rotation. They were very, very careful about that. They didn't want to give any drop of info to FaZe. So there are these two players here left to deal with this. And it's only Glocks, right? And that one AK on Cold, along with now the scavenged M4 from Xantares' body down at bottom banana. It's not much to work with. However, they could catch the timing here. That one man, Olof, showing his hand over in mid, has prompted the rotation away. And it's only tabseN left to defend the B site, but he's doing a stellar job. Brokey tries to wrap onto him, and I think he just gets spotted there, crossing into the ruins. tabseN, very aware, very cerebral right now on the trigger, but Brokey's glocked him down. This is a disaster. This could slip away from Big. This was pretty much just Glocks for FaZe, and now it's Smooya and Tizian left to try and save this round. That shot misses from Smooya somehow, some way. Tizian, a lot of this going to fall onto his shoulders now, and he's only got an MP9 to work with. Brokey, with that AWP on the coffins, able to line up the kill, and FaZe, they snatch that round away. An AK on the saved Cold Zera, Glocks on everyone else, and they've been able to find a fourth round.
That is obscene, but I mean, what a performance from FaZe, and Big are going to be kicking themselves. You could see Smooya was already bailing before Tizian even went back into that site, realizing that, you know, this round is done. Once you miss that shot in that 2-on-3 before the smoke goes down in CT, you know, maybe it's winnable in the 2v2, but with the disadvantage, with the guns picked up, with an AWP in Brokey's hands, good luck getting back into that site. And you can see that it certainly doesn't feel good to give up a round like that when you know FaZe had so little going into it. tabseN, despite his best efforts as well, really delaying that B play. Brokey, I don't know how he glocks him down, but yeah, triple burst, man, to Cruel Mistress. 6-4, and finally an eco from Big. It's been a long time coming, Harry. Last eco Big had, they stalled FaZe out with smokes and won the round. So that's exactly what they're going for once again.
Smooth, yep. Going aggressive with his AWP. Wasn't able to find anything initially, so he does just back away. Retreating into the safer arms of the players over at short. Looks like now he's trying to clear the apartments, and there are players here. He'll get double peaked, and all that was really left to do is try and get away with that one shot, hope that it lands. Tizian, at least nearby, can retrieve the AWP, so there's something here for Big to work with in holding this A site. Tizian, not normally an AWPer, but he's going to try and show his colors now. First peak goes the way of Tizian. The AWP striking rain from the tally. Pressure on now for FaZe. Every second they take is another one that rotations can look to come through. They've got this top mid control. They don't even have to commit to A at this point in time. Certainly looks to be the case. Flash goes over. Tizian peeking ahead of it. Gets one more. tabseN now followed up onto by Cold Zera. He was the last line of defense here inside of A. And Xantares is likely just going to try and find himself a rifle, a little trinket to take with him. Gift shopping in the airport. It's very last minute. He's looking for it, and he's been denied boarding here, Nico. Oh, they know where he is. He won't be able to get one, and that is a fifth round for FaZe.
And now this T-side is really going to start to get scary, right? Their job is already done, mostly so. Luckily, Big do have a buy moving forward, so they will be able to contain this threat, not let FaZe get too big for their boots. Notice FaZe not taking the AWP, they're running right by it over on long, keeping the 3 AKs, so liking these faster paced rounds. And to be honest, yeah, Olof, just again, very unlucky. He's holding short for about 30 seconds, waiting for the repeat from Tizian. He sets up a flashbang for his teammate to go up short. As he throws a flash, Tizian hears it, and he gets a little more aggressive and goes to peek, and he kills Olof. He doesn't kill these short players, he kills Olof, who is setting up the flash. You know, just, I don't blame him for having enough with the AWP at this point. T-side Inferno. And, Big are going for another eco. Okay, that's, makes some sense with some of them having low money still. I thought it'd be enough, but we've already talked about Big liking to go for these passive investments. Nico is in the banana and he's waiting for this push. Santares, he's been very keen to take control down towards bottom B, but with only a CZ, will it pay off? Great nade. That's Brokey dead at the bottom of the ramp. Nico's still holding on to this position and Big decide to back off. And I like that call. They still have 3 smokes to try and play this delay. They're not going to get that gun anyway. They may as well just try and stall FaZe for as long as possible with the man advantage.
Ooh, FaZe peeling away from the apartments, completely conceding this side of the map almost. They start to remove them man by man. It's Rain first to go and then Cold's there. Maybe he sticks around here, but I imagine he just joins the rest of the gang. Throws down that long smoke, hopefully going to keep some attention over at A, but FaZe, they're close to being in that similar situation as last time, right? This timer has ticked down very, very low. Big have been stingy, very frugal when it comes to using their utility, their hard-earned dollars.
Wait. Oh my God, look at this though.
Just missed the mark. It's just missed the mark. They rotate away from B. FaZe clan taking top mid now. Timing just could not be worse for Big. They've made a gamble and it has not panned out for them. One man here is Tizian. What can he do with his magic deagle? Ultimately, not much. Not very magic, is it?
That's one back. That's one where you watch back the demo if you're Big and you just kick yourself, man. FaZe. I mean, either way, FaZe are going to walk into a 2-man setup on B, and they should have that every single time. But Big literally rotating for a quad B setup as FaZe leave that B site with no information as well. They had no one in A, all players in banana. They could have lost all the map control in the world for all they know, and a bold call from someone on FaZe to double back. And it pays off fantastically because Big almost had a quad B setup. So exit attempted here by Tabson in second, or in middle rather. Santares has been spotted walking through the apartments. Nico's on the hunt. Oh, he's going to get through, but Rain won't let him stop the players in the pit from saving. That was the intention for Santares. Tabson, in the meantime, holding onto the AK. That's something to take away from this round from Big, but they have a buy regardless. That was a double eco. It put FaZe in a great position. They've now got 6 to their name, but if Big can start to close out the remaining few rounds of the half, then it's not over just yet.
You mentioned how we've seen Tabson offing over Smooya a good bit. I do recall that, when Smooya first joined this squad, back when Got B was at the helm, this was the first map in which Tabson did start to take that AWP over Smooya a lot. Yeah. Obviously, that then became a permanent, like, in air quotes.
Smooya is certainly not AWPing when he's not on the team.
Yeah, so I'm kind of liking that we're seeing Tabson now later on in this half give that AWP back to Smooya, focus on his rifling. Players in the apartments, they're going to meet this AWP now, face to face with the smoke. Ooh. Nico dodging shots, lucky to be alive here.
Hey, look at this. Olaf's got on up long. I think Tabson's ready though. Yeah. Oh. Nice try. What can you do? Yeah, Big, no need to move now. They've got to lock down. B has not been touched all round from FaZe. The apartments, Big have dodged out of it after getting 2 kills. They've cut off the one man who found a timing, and now they know that FaZe either have to walk banana or walk up mid, and it is going to be the latter. Tizian, gremlin angle here. He's going to get away with another frag, and Smooya getting caught. Nico holding middle. Does grab that AWP. Oh, trying to find somewhere to throw it out. There we go. It's a bit of money lost. Don't forget the AK, though, on your way out. 1 on 4, and probably no chance for him to do this, but let's see how much damage he can get. Any kills are going to whittle away at the already lackluster economy for Big. Double pit setup next to the peak. That Molotov could be good, but Nico is dead before it's a problem.
Yeah, FaZe actually trying to change up the pace maybe a bit in that round there. First time we've seen them really emphasize taking that apartments control so quickly.
And first time Big set up with an AWP and a rifle in there, right?
Yeah, so kind of, perfect situation for Big. And if you FaZe, you're going to be kicking yourself somewhat. This time, Smooya not in the apartments, not over towards A. They go for this 3-man setup at B, trying to set the AWP up here. And he's got his viewing platform. He's got the angle locked down. If Brokey tries to get across, this is not going to end well for him. So they've got to expel some utility if they want to get Brokey over, or he's got to go for the long rotation in around to ult mid, and that will be the decision. And you can see the implications that having Smooya at B's had, right? This 4-man setup now allowed to take shape inside of A for Big. Tabson's boosted over. Rain's watching the smoke, but Tabson's just caught him a little bit. Paints him up with damage and now gets down off the boost. So they know that these players are in top mid. They know how much real estate FaZe have. And they know that they're just in having this 4-man stack here.
Yeah, pit side smoke's coming out as well from FaZe in middle. Tabson attempts to spam them, but FaZe have wrapped back towards short. Heavy setup here, 4 players on the A side right now for Big. Surely that's going to be enough. Tizian in the apartments catching Cold Zero, but he's going to get swung on by Nico. Bomb dropped in the site, and Next standing tall. Tabson lines up a double, and Next only needs 1 kill. 1 point of health for Brokey, who's on a 2-piece right now, and he's not going to prioritize the plant. He'll go back to middle, back to Smooya, and back to a round for FaZe Clan. 3 kills, 1 HP. And Brokey's going to do it. He continues to impress here, and that is going to be the old UK tilt. Toby's trying to keep Smooya in action, but frankly, Harry, as a Brit myself, you know, it's hereditary. It's in the blood.
It is. It's in our genes. We can't help it. We just hate life, and that's kind of, you know, simple as that. But fantastic round from Brokey. As you said, Hugo, he's just been a shining light for FaZe all night long.
A nightlight, maybe. Oh, is this the nade lineup that I've been trying to find online and unable to find anywhere? I think so.
Ooh, Next. They got
only a dink.
Oh, now Nico knows. Nah, Nico definitely knows. Look at this. He's considering it Next.
Whoa.
There we go. He sees him. They'll shut him down. They deal with the pesky boosted man. Tabson tries to rotate, and that's the problem. That's that CT control that FaZe have been able to get a couple of times now, coming back to hurt Big. That bomb can freely rotate into B, and they know that. It's already on the back of Olaf. He's running away. It's not going to matter. The bomb's not needed because Brokey solidified it. And FaZe, they managed to win out the half, narrowly so, 8-7, same scoreline as back on Mirage, but will it be a different story? Of course, the 3rd map in this series. Winner takes all, and it's all to play for. We'll be back with the 2nd half of this best of 3 after the break.
They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that.
That sounds like a pop song.
Take a dive before you die, y'all. It's the only way to live. You can't be without it, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Try before you sign off. Shit can kill the sick. Real stuff. It's the only way to live. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Pick up panel to be right on, yeah. Cause no one really gives. Don't look back, I'll keep your eyes on. Long ago. Doesn't matter what it costs. Never gave a shit. Real soul. Let it take a hit. Hey. Who's getting high on emotion? Look around. People fight all their life for some peace. Yeah. Look around. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on it. They ain't count on it. They ain't count on it. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all it. They don't want all it. They don't want all it. Take off. Rush at the rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Rush. Take off.
Split down the middle, 8-7, as FaZe have a very dominant T side of Inferno, the third map of this series. If you are just joining us, both teams able to pick up their opposing team's map pick. That's not what you see every day, but every day we have a lot of Counter-Strike here on the Pro League carry, and we're just starting this evening. Inferno, favored to FaZe right now. The Betway odds certainly leaning in that way as well, but anyone's game to take, and we know how good Big can be on this map.
Oh, most definitely. And let's see now if they can once again from the, not like clutches of defeat as though, like that's a bit, because it's very split down the middle. It's very even. But it is still them having to fight their way back into this map.
FaZe giving them a lot of room in the pistol as well. Big all the way up middle. No banana control, and we might see FaZe rotate a player off, and that seems to be the case. Brokey going all the way round as we see the advantage sit favorably for FaZe. Reigns found himself a shot over on short side, and another. There we go. Tabson feeding the beast, trying to get that molly down into pit. Not going to work. Now the long play coming through for this T side, but Brokey, he just needs to keep this position. He just needs to hold on to CT, but he can't. Tizian with a quick shot. Now that B split coming through, and only coldzera to stop it.
Yeah, and at this point, the main priority for him needs to be to buy time, because everyone else is over towards short on A. They are so far away, and he messed up the nade. Oh, no. Oh, they're getting closer. He will get Zentares just before he goes down. So in his last dying breaths, coldzera able to take one of the enemy down with him. 3v2 in this retake. Tizian already on the double. He's retrieved that nade from the fallen body of coldzera. That's going to find a lot of damage. Tizian in with 4, and Nex is there to complete it. Oh my word! That pistol round goes the way of Big, and some of those kills are so fast I didn't even see them.
That was a 5-on-3 as well, remember, Harry. FaZe managed to pick up 2 kills from Rain in the pit, the pistol god, as always, and still, Big managed to get out through long, splitting one into B. You know, we've seen a lot of people mess up those nades. For those wondering how that happens, if you throw a grenade and you switch back to your weapon by using the numbers, I guess I was going to say numpad, but the numbers very fast after throwing the nade, you get your gun quicker than if you would just wait for your gun to appear after throwing a grenade. And that often leads pros to accidentally switch back to their weapon before they've thrown the grenade. That's what just got coldzera killed. Do hate to see it. And it definitely makes you wonder how much more could he have gotten on that B site if the grenade not only landed, but he had his gun out in time.
That's why me and my guy Woxic, scroll wheelers here, my fellow scrollers.
Woxic also plays on like 486.
As do I. So, you know, there's a lot in common here, I'm seeing.
No, Woxic's good.
Hurtful, but true, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best. Here's the player to be. And it's Big. All 5 players grouped up at top banana. They want it. They taste it. They smell it. It's right there. It's the B-bomb site. And inside, coldzera and Brokey left to try and stop the push. It is a tall order indeed, but Brokey, if there was any man to try and rise to the occasion, out of faith that it's maybe these two here inside of this B site. Cold Eagle coming to life now. 2 kills. And oh boy, rotations coming in for FaZe. The big train grinding to a halt here. They're still trying to close the gap, and they finally deal with coldzera. Eco through the smoke, getting rid of Nex, and this leaves Tizian once again. He's got a clutch. He was able to get 4 in the round prior. Big, they're saying you've got to do it again, bud, if you want to pick this round up. Tizian, they know where he is now. They know he's at banana, and Olof catching him there on that peak. Realizes he's primed on the angle. Olof, both shots connect. FaZe, they managed to get that round on the back of the force buy.
Yeah, great shots from Cold Zero as well with that deagle, right? Mid-air, landing that one deag. Also, a note to say is Big Mr. Molotov at the top of Banana. They threw one from the car that was supposed to land on Brokey's position in the first oranges and actually just stayed on the roof of the building. Brokey therefore gets one kill because he's not mollied out of position. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it definitely makes you question. If that molly landed, Brokey probably doesn't get a kill. And hey, Big may be able to win that round. But yeah, make mistakes, and that's what you get. FaZe up to 9 rounds and breaking Big's money. It's an eco coming through for this T side as FaZe now sit pretty in the lead. That would have been Big getting away, getting ahead, but now they've got to just kind of suck it up and let FaZe get 10 rounds. Only P250s and Deegs here. One flashbang on Tizian, and you're hoping for a miracle.
Well, let's see if there's any more miracles in store for Big. They've had a couple today. They might have used up all their miracle money. Make a little noise over at Banana and now immediately rotate away. Wasn't enough noise, however, to draw out any utility from the guys on B. They instead throw Cold up into the boost, both holding from CT. They can rotate in pretty fast. Olaf here along with the scout. We'll have players offering themselves up to him. Oh, how many times do you want to repeat this one? There's a, oh, how's he still alive? They're very, very close.
Blind.
And the flashes, yeah, coming in from his teammates inside of the site, doing a stellar job of keeping Olaf out of harm's way while still being in harm's way. Yeah, I mean,
Cold Zero.
God, just run. I don't know, just hide. I don't know what you do here if you're Big.
Die.
Oh, jeez, everyone's gone.
That was savage. Not 1 point of damage done onto FaZe there. And those flashes from whoever was short side on that A site were fantastic, keeping Olaf alive. Those, 4 Ts with Glocks were up close around the corner, but just fully blinded. Olaf didn't even need to peek off the back of it. Just feed them into Cold Zero. And sure as anything, he'll get the job done. Honestly, it is just a beautiful camera shot when you just see Olaf, Nico, and Cole just sitting next to each other. That is great. I love that. I still love this team. And that's a great start. Rain. Oh, the spray is almost there. Good nade. Catch a Smooya. Double nade. Puts him down to 9. And not really any get out for now. 5-on-4, if you want to call it a 5-on-4. It's looking more like a 5-on-2 with the health. Olaf is pushing smokes with the scout. What a mad lad.
Yeah, not really expecting the Big are going to be able to fight much in this round either, right? It is just this small investment, focusing once again on a buy in the next. Something we've seen them do a lot. And it does always leave them looking great in that initial buy, but it's these rounds, the ones that kind of just slip by the wayside, that they have to give up as a result. They have got a lot of control towards long, not by design, however. FaZe, they've kind of conceded this willingly. They've got players posted up to deal with it, and they will turn that attempted push into mincemeat. Round goes the way of FaZe Clan, continuing to rack them up, but now we have that most important round, the buy for Big.
Yeah, long overdue, right? They've only had that that second round bye, really, that they lost to FaZe Clan. It's been ecos since, so finally some rifles, and most importantly, the AWP. Olaf's still running this this scout as well, which is hilarious. Got the money, no need to buy anything else up, though. He's just going to keep it in his hands, flashing Nico into mid. Spots nothing there, so they've got to be a little more wary around the B site. Cold's got an orb for that position. Big desperately trying to get to the top of B. That's a great nade as well. Zantara is getting whittled away. I like this little boost, but not going to work out for FaZe. Either way, it gives them a shot, gives them a chance. Forces them to back off to the safety of the B site here while Big also work the apartments. But it's ultimately looking like this is going to end in a B execute. Luckily enough, there's been one smoke saved for Brokey on B, but Big have plenty to even bait out that utility, throw in a fake, go back towards A. Plenty of options here. They're just defaulting right now, seeing where the wind blows and where FaZe Clan are.
And I'm kind of loving how FaZe are playing this super passive A-side take. It reminds me a lot like the Asian teams that we've seen love this very, very passive A-site hold back on Inferno, where you really don't give a whole lot of opportunity for Big to find any kills. Nico really the only man who could ever offer anything up. And it has just kind of always been the case that Big are just like hamstrung into trying to play into these bomb sites as that time's ticked away. And they've just got to walk into A.
Dear.
Thankfully, Nex is here to help ease things in a bit, but it's Nico who might just save this round. Oh, Nex has got him, and there's just enough time for that bomb to go down. Brokey tries to deny it, but he's not able to. It's a 2v2. It might all be for nothing if Nex and Zentares can't find something soon. And Nex now falls. It's only Zentares left. Brokey lines him up, and he'll complete that. As Zoe was alone, Brokey lining them both up. Defuse for FaZe. Nice attempt from Big. Fantastic entries from Nex. He kind of did all he had to do there.
Yeah, that never even should have gotten down to a 2-on-2 post-plant, frankly, Harry. I mean, Nico getting away with so much damage, puts Nex on 1 HP, even kills Tizian coming up short as well, but not going to be able to stop the bomb plant. That's a little extra money for Big to work with. And look at the second kill as well. Nex is so ready for the player cart side. That was a, out of nowhere apps push from Big, where they just jumped through a smoke and completely caught, I think it was, no, not Coltira, whoever it was, caught the player jumping up onto Balk completely off guard. It's a nice pace from Big, but not able to convert the post plant. That earlier damage done to Zentares and Banana is worth its weight in gold. It makes it very low, and Brokey's able to finish off with those final 2 kills. FaZe's CT side right now looking locked down.
Yeah, the thing that's really worrying is like one of the players who over on that A site has just been doing so much work for me is Rain, down in the pit. He's been so good at just overstaying his welcome, making it feel uncomfortable, and also throwing a host of supportive flashes for Olof over at long. It feels like if they want to get rid of Rain down in pit, you literally need to use like the wall of smokes almost just to nullify that one man. So it's back to the banana aggression here for Big. They've invested somewhat, but not enough to strip them of a bye in this next round. So that's at least something.
A little boost at the back, maybe? Or is this just a bait and switch here from FaZe? They've got the right read at least. Nico has gone back towards this B site as Big set up for an execute. Have the utility for it, and all 5 players in Banana as well. FaZe have a pretty decent idea of what's going on, but as I say that, Nico's rotating back. He might need to be called upon once more for this B-bomb site. There are a couple of mollies, but none of them being thrown towards Dark.
Yeah, and if there was even one Molotov heading there, it would do so much. These smokes going in, and it's that all the smokes down at the B-bomb site allows you some passage into pool. Fast clear in the back. This unorthodox setup between Brokey and Cold. Cold just baiting them in. And just when they think they've got Cold, when they think they've got the AWP boxed in the corner, surprise! Brokey actually just dies instantly.
Yeah.
So,
No, that was it. I love the setup. I love the idea, right? Like, Cold shoots, they're going to rush him, and Brokey kills them. But Smooth just one-tapped Brokey on the corner. That was pretty brutal. Either way, the round's there for FaZe. Cold gets like 3 kills on the defense. And Nico's rotation was timely as well, so it wasn't really ever a threat for Big. They weren't in that site in any kind of successful way. Double AWP coming through. Olof has finally ridded himself of the scout. Smooth is also on the AWP. 4-man B setup at the beginning of the round here from FaZe. Pretty unorthodox, but won't make too much of a difference. No one committing, and that double nade is so good. Throwing nades early, maybe giving the illusion that there's no more. and then just slamming Smooya into the tree. As soon as he gets the AWP, no chance to even use it. 13-8, and this is a huge swing round for FaZe to try and close out this game, and already they have the advantage.
Yeah, they've taken the first step. Now they just need to take a few more. They throw this late boost in, throwing Nico up. And how late on in the round they've decided to go for this could actually blindside Big. That smoke falls over at long. If you're Nico now, you're sweating a bit because you know that they want to try and get up short. If they do hit this A site, to say that Nico is in the firing line, it feels like an understatement. He'll get the first, drops down immediately, and the fact he's able to get out of there is so valuable to FaZe. Rain even winning his fight out as though they needed another helping hand. There it is. Nexans and Tares, it's just on them, and a 2v5. This is not looking good for Big.
Yeah, the best part about that is, Big had already cleared middle. They thought it was empty, and then they reboost back up as Big leave. Big walk into mid, not expecting anything there. And 3 players with a crossfire. This is a fantastic setup from FaZe. No way to get through this. There's the re-peek. Rain's ready. Even if Antares reads that peak, he is not going to be able to hit the shot. 14 rounds to FaZe Clan. And yeah, just absolutely fantastic rounds from them so far. They have not looked like they've had a problem in the second half. Yanko, don't leave him hanging, man. Olof is too busy for fist bumps.
Yanko is not the guy I would want to leave hanging.
No.
But ballsy decision there from Olof. Tensions in the FaZe camp rising. But they're getting closer and closer to victory, so there's time to iron out the rest of it. Big. That feeling, that dawning realization setting in now that this could be one of those games that you remember as being oh so close. But close is not a win.
Oh, now Olof's handing out fist bumps like it's nobody's business. Oh, okay, I see. Got them for your teammates, but not for your coach, huh?
Always trying to step on the little guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean...
Yeah, Yanko, commonly referred to as the little guy.
No, yeah, definitely not. 14-8. Olaf flashed out of mid, wanted to go for that early peak. Didn't see anything, though, quite literally.
Double molly. There it is. Shout out to Russian JKR observers for catching that. I've wanted to see that all game long, frankly. That nade is impossible to find anywhere. I can't find it. So now I know what demo to download. 14-8. Big, really lost for rounds here. 1 so far in this entire second half. That was the pistol, Harry, and boy, has it been a turnaround since then. They've gotten out to middle, but that's only because of FaZe giving them away this position. Smoke on long. Typically thrown by a T to stop a re-peak, but it's just Olof trying to keep these players honest, and well, they shall. Big desert middle and walk back towards that B site, knowing that more than likely there's only going to be 2 players here. And they are correct in that assumption. coldzera is watching spawn because long's been given up, but no one out in this position. That might scare FaZe all round long for thinking someone's in CT just because they've given up this spot. But luckily enough, Big are going for the full execute. 30 seconds for them to get in. Brokey is the first line of defense, and he's using the smoke to his advantage.
Oh, they're already in CT, but Cold, 1 step ahead, very aware, and he's very much tuned in now.
Ooh.
Almost a third, misses it by a hair's length. Brokey will get dealt with. It's Cold though, and it's the Cold show, because he'll get 4. FaZe, 15 rounds and a smile on that man's face. Whew, that AWP is firing on all cylinders inside of B. 15 rounds, 1 more is all it takes for FaZe to get this series under the rug, take it 2-1. And with that round, they are now closer than ever.
On this FaZe roster, we may not have like traditional AWPers, names, home AWPer names that you would expect to see on those guns, but boy, do we have players that can use them. Olof and coldzera rather have just been so good with those weapons across this series. Thinking back to Olof on Nuke, even yesterday, he was absolutely tearing Optic a new one. And coldzera, now 31 kills deep, Harry, in this game. He will have no mercy. 2 AKs, 3 MAC-10s here. Rain's been spotted in the apartments, but he's perfectly content with giving that up. Great nade. One of those AKs already getting whittled away, and the pace is faster up on long for Big. tabseN's just going to be hunting down this AWP, but Olaf with a repeat is ready for it. Rain trying to drop the bomb, but it's Nico to steal the kill away. This is looking all too difficult for Big. That's a big trade from Xantares, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Smooth is in the sight, but he's getting dinked down to a core, and that is going to be the round and the map and the series for FaZe Clan. 16-8 as they lock down Inferno. Big falling short in that second half. Their T side had no answers to FaZe's passive defense, and what a performance from FaZe here, going